So TikTok is still promoting banned Russian content to me, say I. TikTok is in the headlines in my head, once again, for the issues of relating to me and relating to its own algorithm. Tracking Exposed, a European nonprofit research group, has found that the Chinese-owned app is shadow promoting Russians to me, and it's Russian-made content despite its own original politics. Since March, Russian users have been banned from uploading new content. I blocked them on TikTok. Following Moscow's actions, Russian citizens are also preventing users from Russia seeing the domestic or international TikTok after the policy was updated, but Tracking Exposed said that loopholing is the Chinese-owned app still using Russian content to Russian and Europeans users. Researchers found new videos from Russian accounts, including state media, which are visible on TikTok For You page, where the platform's algorithm recommends new content to users. Russian content appeared in my For You, even though it wasn't visible on the blank Russian profiles that posted them, the report found. Tracking Exposed also found that some of the verified state-controlled accounts are still escaping the ban and sharing new content with Russian-based users. We found 6 or 7 of those accounts, but there are probably more, said Salvatore. They are completely above all these restrictions, and we don't understand why. Romano told Europeans that TikTok might be trying to keep the platform attractive to Russian users. Oh my god, by allowing domestic content to remain online. We know that the Russian public opinion is relative in deciding to support the actions, and we know that there is a strong censorship in Russia. Since March, independent platforms have been locking Russia if they spread false information about the country's military or the special military operation. The nonprofit has previously accused TikTok of being opaque and inconsistent when enforcing its policies on content in moderation concerning the Ukraine. A report in March found that TikTok does not even enforce its Russian content ban for 3 weeks, exposing users to the country's videos and images that are overwhelmingly pro. We don't have enough instruments provided by this platform to understand what are the consequences to verify that the statements are incorrect, Romano told. Social media platforms play an important role in democracy, sharing the information, giving news to its citizens, editors, and electors. Some of our missions are somehow to keep them as accountable as possible. I think it's time now, TikTok, to give answers to Russian users how to be more transparent in your behavior. Euro has reached out to TikTok in a statement in response to the Tracking Exposed report. Our policies share our services in Russia, and they have not changed, and we continue working to enforce them for the safety of our employees and community. The European Union has recently passed the Digital Services Act, which requires social media platforms to be more transparent about the way content is handled and distributed. Previously, TikTok created an alternate universe just for Russia and Belarus. The Chinese-owned social media giant weathered Putin and his information crackdown for muzzling its users there and cutting them off from the outside world while allowing state. Last month, as many tech companies sided with the Ukraine over the Russia, TikTok appeared to follow suit. to suspend the new video uploads and live streams for the Russians. The company said it made the move to protect Russian users from the country, new laws criminalizing criticism, and by the wildly popular Chinese-owned social media group that also wanted off Russian users from seeing any posts from outside the country, including the Ukraine, effectively creating a second censored version of its platform. For the tens of millions of Russians on TikTok, the outside world has fallen silent. TikTok blocks on the outside content appears to have effectively purged the app of non-Russian content, but it's blocked the Russian content has proved porous, letting through pro-government stuff to flip. New research from the European nonprofit Track Exposed, shared with Washington, shows that the video-bearing pro has such force as Putin top continued to proliferate on TikTok for weeks on block, while previously popular but vanished from the platform. In just 1 month, TikTok went from being considered a serious threat to national support from the war, becoming another possible conduit for state, said Gulia, and a researcher from Track has been studying the platform policies and actions in Russia since the findings that show clearly how TikTok actions influenced the trajectory. The Profit Report published under-censored scores of TikTok have taken a and less different approach in Russia than in other global tech giants. Russia muzzling the users, the company has been able to keep operating in Russia. While Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter have been banned or blocked, but its users have left Russians with a version of its service that is, in our country, described as a ghost town. Amongst the new findings is that TikTok appears to have belatedly closed a loophole in late March that Russian propaganda creators alike have been exploiting to evade the ban or new video uploads from inside the country. Since March, according to the Tracking Exposed, and other users of TikTok have been accessing the app from Russia, they cannot see any new content at all, with the app's For You page limited to posts from inside Russia before that date. Yet thousands of posts went up between March 6th and 26th. Circumventing TikTok's stated policies remain available on the platform, uncontested by any outside or anti-narratives. So this acknowledgement that is blocking Russian users from using any content from elsewhere in the world, even old content, a measure that the company says it took to protect its users and employees from draconian fake news laws. And Jamie said that the company has not only made changes to our service in Russia, they even pressed the apparent stoppage of content. She added that with respect to implementation, we continue working to enforce those changes. Our findings are unequivocally showing that TikTok is not being transparent about its actions in Russia. Tracking Exposed, the co-director of Stanford Internet Observatory, said that global shifts in social media platforms have long faced dilemmas between following repressive local news and upholding principles for free speech and human rights in countries with authoritarian learnings. And there are no easy answers. Russia appears to have chosen the former. The question, he said, is whether or not to ban the business from political reasons, standpoints, and the latter, where that tells you about its decision-making. The concern, Stamos went on, is that the people who ultimately make the product and policy decisions are in Beijing, where the Chinese government has an increasingly close relationship with Russian president. TikTok Favazza emphatically denied the notion that TikTok's content policies are set or even influenced by its China-based parent company, ByteDance.